Xena, warrior princess, Hooves and Harlots. The forest hummed with life. Birds trilled in the branches, their songs weaving through the trees like threads in a green tapestry. Sunlight dappled the undergrowth, filtering through leaves swaying lazily in the breeze. Somewhere in the distance, a brook babbled and flowed, but the peaceful lull belied a deeper tension. It wasn't the kind of tension the untrained could sense. Only warriors knew the smell of an impending battle like they knew the feel of a sword in hand. Xena, the warrior princess, stood motionless on the edge of a glen, her steely gaze fixed on something unseen. Beside her, Gabrielle shifted uneasily, brushing auburn hair out of her face. She wasn't a warrior, not really, though traveling with Xena had given her courage and a knack for quick thinking. Still, there were times when even Gabrielle's chatter faltered, and this was one of them. "Xena," she said softly, her voice barely breaking the quiet. "Are you sure we should be here? Amazon territory isn't exactly known for its hospitality." Xena turned her head just slightly, her eyes glinting beneath dark lashes. "The Amazons aren't the ones I'm worried about." Before Gabrielle could ask what she meant, a rustle of leaves caught both women's attention. In a heartbeat, Xena's hand flew to her chakram, and Gabrielle clutched her staff. From the shadows, a figure emerged, tall, lithe, and fierce, with war paint streaking her cheeks and a feathered headdress framing her face. She was an Amazon warrior, and though her expression was stoic, her eyes betrayed suspicion. "You're trespassing on Amazon land," she said, her voice low and commanding. "State your purpose or leave." Xena relaxed, though only slightly. "We come in peace. I'm Xena, and this is Gabrielle. We're just passing through." The Amazon tilted her head, studying them both with a wary eye. "Xena, the warrior princess?" A flicker of recognition crossed her face. "You're the one who defeated Draco and saved the village of Potidaea." Gabrielle puffed up a little at that, proud of her friend's reputation, but Xena remained impassive. "I've heard of you," the Amazon continued, "but that doesn't mean you're welcome here." "We don't want any trouble," Xena said evenly, "but something's happening in these woods, and we need to know what it is." The Amazon hesitated, then nodded. "Come with me, but understand this, you'll answer to Queen Melosa. And if she decides you're a threat..." She didn't finish the sentence, but the implication hung heavy in the air. Xena inclined her head. "Fair enough." They followed the Amazon deeper into the forest, the trees closing in around them like silent sentinels. Gabrielle tried to stifle her curiosity, but it bubbled to the surface anyway. "What's your name?" she asked the Amazon. The warrior glanced at her, a hint of amusement in her eyes. "Ephany." Gabrielle smiled. "Nice to meet you, Ephany." Ephany didn't respond, but Gabrielle didn't mind. She had a feeling this wasn't the last they'd see of each other. After a short walk, they arrived at the Amazon village, a bustling enclave hidden beneath the canopy, with huts perched on platforms and rope bridges crisscrossing overhead. Warriors sparred in a central clearing, their movements fluid and deadly. Children darted between the huts, laughing as they played. Queen Melosa was waiting for them near a large bonfire. She was a formidable figure, her presence commanding respect even before she spoke. "Xena," she said, her voice rich and deep, "why have you come here?" Xena met her gaze without flinching. "There's trouble brewing. We sensed it on the road. An unease in the air, like something's about to snap. I think it's more than just bandits or wild animals." Melosa studied her for a long moment, then gestured for them to sit. "You're not wrong," she said finally. "There's been unrest between the Amazons and the Centaurs. Someone's been stirring up old grudges, trying to ignite a war. We've been trying to keep the peace, but it's a fragile balance." Gabrielle frowned. "Who would want to start a war between the Amazons and the Centaurs?" "That's what we need to find out," Melosa said grimly. "And if you truly want to help, You'll have to prove where your loyalties lie. Xena nodded. We'll do whatever it takes. Over the next few days, Xena and Gabrielle immersed themselves in Amazon life. Gabrielle, to her delight, was even given the honor of participating in an Amazon initiation ceremony, earning her a place among the tribe. But the tension between the Amazons and the centaurs continued to mount, and it wasn't long before the simmering conflict boiled over. One night, a centaur envoy was found dead near the Amazon border, his body riddled with arrows. The Amazons claimed they had nothing to do with it, but the centaurs were unconvinced. Accusations flew, and both sides prepared for battle. Xena knew they were running out of time. She and Gabrielle set out to investigate the murder, following a trail of clues that led them to a shadowy figure lurking on the outskirts of the forest. He was a mercenary, hired to sow discord between the Amazons and the centaurs, and when Xena confronted him, he revealed the name of the person who'd hired him. It was a name that chilled Xena to the bone. With the evidence in hand, Xena and Gabrielle raced back to the Amazon village just in time to stop the battle. They presented their findings to Queen Melosa and the centaur leaders, exposing the true culprit and preventing a senseless war. In the end, peace was restored, and the bond between the Amazons and the centaurs grew stronger. As Xena and Gabrielle prepared to leave, Ephany approached them, a rare smile on her face. "You saved us," she said simply. Xena shrugged. "Just doing what needed to be done." Gabrielle grinned. "That's Xena for you." As they walked away, Gabrielle glanced at her friend, admiration shining in her eyes. "Do you ever get tired of being a hero?" Xena smiled, a hint of mischief in her expression. "Not as long as you're around to tell the story." And with that, they disappeared into the forest, ready for whatever adventure lay ahead.